Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode of my series where I list out my top 3 Pokemon of every single type. And as I said yesterday, for today's video we are going through the rock type Pokemon. And as always with these videos, you feel free to list up your favorite Pokemon within this type. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you like this video, and hit that notification bell so you know when I come up with new videos. And with all this said and done, let's go into this, shall we? And we will start with number 3, which is Colossus. Now, Colossus I talked a bit about already in my third episode of my Pokemon Sword playthrough. In a way that I really liked Colossus when it was introduced. Not really at first, I would say. I grew a bit more, but then I realized Colossus is one of the few Pokemon perfect to use against Leon's Charizard. I kind of got more, more use out of Colossus in that entire line, and slowly but surely I fell in love with Colossus because it's a really good Pokemon, good stats, good moves, and being so good against the champion in the region is it introduced is always a big plus for most Pokemon fans out there, I believe. It certainly is for me. So Colossus creep up to number 3 just because of how good it was when it introduced. And it's still a very good Pokemon. Like if you do it in a good way when you train it up in IVs and EVs for competitive, I still think that a good Pokemon, which I don't really have much knowledge about it because I never done VGC, never trained or bred Pokemon from competitive against another human. I've done some betting when I was a kid, but that was mostly friends that didn't know any shit about competitive breeding in Pokemon. Because we were about 10, 11, and really fighting against other online, that was not really a thing for us. We had our Game Boys, Advance, and stuff like that to fight against each other. And of course, since I played the most Pokemon of my friends at that time, I usually won. Sometimes I lost because they have surprising good moves, but I would say if I was a VGC player, I will always make sure I have a Nidoking on my team. If I can't have a Nidoking on that generation, I will not enter any tournament. As we all know, I love Nidoking. But back to the list. Yeah, so Colossus is number 3 mostly because it was very powerful and extremely good against Leon. And good against many gym throughout the region, but especially as good as it is against Leon, is a good plus for me. And then we hit number 2, which is Gigalith. And now Gigalith is one of the few Pokemons in Gen 5 that pop out right away when it was introduced and I saw it for the first time. Because it really looks good. The crystallization and the blue one when it's shiny on its dark blue stone skin is just beautiful. I mean, it's really, you just pop out when you see it. Really, it catches your eyes. And being Universe's version of the Geodude line, just make it even better. For instance, the actually made a design really good. I would not negate the popularity of the Geodude line. Most nowadays is used to be like, oh, going through Legends Arches, always facing a Geodude, always get that one shiny when you really don't want it. Or being the cave version of a Rattata or Zubat. You can't really go far before you encounter it. But Gigalef and that entire line is pretty good type Pokemon, and being pure rock instead of rock ground is what I really love about it. And being powerful is, yeah. I'm still trying to find my first ever shiny of Gigalef because I really want that in any game I can find it. Really. Because I would like to have go through a league with a regular Gigalef and a shiny Gigalef. I'm kind of doing in a similar way right now with Legends Arceus, but I'm doing that with the Ponyta line, which I have a regular Ponyta and a shiny Ponyta. Full arts, which is nice. So we have Gigalef at number 2, and now we're heading to our last Pokemon of the list, the number 1. Which actually is a total lie. Number 1 has 2 Pokemon. We have Kleavor and we have Lycanroc. More specifically, Midnight Lycanroc. Both has popped out in such a way for me when I was introduced. Midnight Lycanroc catches my eye more than Midday Lycanroc because of the werewolf things. I feel more home at night than when it's dark. So having the midnight version being a werewolf, super for me. And sure, it's not the most defensive Pokemon out there when it comes to rock type Pokemon, but it looks so good and intimidating. I am a bit sad it even get the dark type with its evolution because it would be extremely fitting. Either dark type or ghost type would be, but I think dark type would be more fitting for Midnight Lycanroc. Then we could have something else for Midday Lycanroc. Could be normal type because it's a regular wolf. Or we can do something else with that. I don't really know. And Dusk Form, well, hey, make it a rock fire or something like that, because it's very nice for it to be a rock fire type Pokemon. But Midnight Lycanroc really stole the show in that entire line for me, and I really like it. And Kleavor, just the introduction of it in Legends Arceus, it skyrocketed in such a hype for me. And we have Cypher with blades for our hands. We have Scizor with giant metal claw grippers. And now we get an ancient version of Cypher, which is a stone bug with axes for hands. And if anything, axes for me are the prime weapon mostly I use in any situation. If I could have one, or in any roleplay games I allowed to have weapons, I think axe is the number 1 choice. Second is a katana, and the third one is a greatsword. I'm a melee combatant in most cases anyway, but so yeah, Kleavor with those axe hands and the way it was introduced as the first ancient version of the Pokemon we know today, combined with then Lycanroc, which is a awesome, cool looking, truly intimidating, with those red hypnotic eyes of a werewolf Pokemon. I truly could not find any way to differentiate these 2 Pokemon, which one I liked slightly better. So that's why on this series, this is the first time I am forced to do 2 Pokemon in the number 1 slot, and I do not regret it. I never should. And if you have the same thing with your number 1 in any list you make with Pokemon or any other nerd stuff, don't be afraid. Sometimes it will happen. You will find me doing the research with pictures and stuff like that, and reminder how you were introduced to this creature, the Pokemon, the Digimon, and how well you used it, how good it is when you play with it, and just the design of the Pokemon. There will be times when you cannot differentiate any slight difference that gives one or another an advantage, or would like it slightly more. So yeah, this has been my list for today, and as I said, it is a lot of good Pokemon, and also the first time in this series I'm doing 2 Pokemon at number 1. So now feel free to comment down below your favorite rock type Pokemon, and if you also have like 2 Pokemon together at either of the numbers, or you don't. And again, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.